Shwmai, hello, croeso and welcome to another Kin Community adult dance class. My name is Cami and I'm one of the dancers at National Dance Company Wales. Today we're going to be doing a low impact dance class designed for adults of all ages and ability. So feel free to adapt this class as you need. Make sure you have some water close by and remember that you can pause the video at any time to rewind, go back, take a water break, whatever you need. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that we have a safe space to dance in. So make sure that you've pushed all the furniture out to one side, and if you have slippery floors, make sure you take off your socks. So what we're going to be doing this session is a warm-up. So we're going to make our bodies warm and ready for what's to come. And the next part of the workshop will be a creative improvisation session inspired by 2067, Time and Time and Time. This is a piece in the National Dance Company Wales repertoire at the moment. It's a piece that was choreographed by Alexandra Waierstall. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stand in a parallel position. Our heels are going to reach nice and long into the ground, and our head is going to reach nice and long up to the sky. And we're just going to take a moment here in our parallel position to just listen to our bodies. As you stand here, just notice the naturally occurring movement within your stillness. And we're going to use this as we start transferring our weight across our feet from one foot to another. And just take a moment to play with this, so moving the weight forwards and backwards and side to side. And maybe we can challenge ourselves and go to our extremes. So why don't we try all together going forwards and side and back, which I find the hardest, and side and forward. Maybe we can take a nice circle as we go. Trying to keep the feet nice and relaxed as they're doing a lot of work to help balance us. And recover to center. Very nice. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place our hands together and we're going to create some heat in our palms. I find this a really quick and easy way to get warm. So we're going to start vigorously creating this heat in our palms. And we're going to let this travel up one arm into our wrist, our forearm, our elbow, all the way into the top of the arm, shoulder blade, up into the neck, and gently pat all the way down to get it nice and awake. Other side, same thing. Get that heat in the palms first, and then take it on a journey into the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, up the arm into the shoulder blade and up into the neck, and then gently pat all the way down. And just take a moment here. Notice what heat you've built up. Lovely. So we're going to start encouraging oxygen into the body. So we're going to inhale, and as we do this, we're going to lift the shoulders and lift the elbows. And on the exhale, we're going to bend the knees and send the arms nice and long by our sides. Again, inhale, and then exhale, bend the knees, send the arms nice and long. And make sure you're relaxing the head as you do this. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale. Last exhale here, and just hold this here. Feel a nice stretch in the arms. Send the head nice and long. Send the knees forward in our plie. Send the pelvis and the sit bones down and the heels down. Lovely. Very nice, and just stretch to recover. So this is the start of our first exercise. So our first exercise is lift the shoulders, bend the knees and exhale. Then we're going to twist one side, twist the other side, bring the arms up overhead, come into a nice hug of our side body, lower the head down, hang over our legs, relax the head, drop the arms. Then we're going to have 2 bends of the knee and a roll to recover. Again, up, send the arms long, twist to the other side, twist, send the arms up and hug the side body. Lead with the nose down to hang over the legs, drop the arms, bend, and a roll to recover. Fantastic, let's try that with some music. Ready? Here we go, and come center, relax the arms, bend and bend, let's roll other side. Look as you're going. Let's do it one more time. Go further in your twist. Last time. Gather the arms up. Great, lovely. Okay, so our next exercise is something to warm up the whole body, but let's focus on the feet. So we're going to take 8 pads on the spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lovely. As we're doing that, just keep the upper body nice and relaxed. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's great. From there, we're going to take a big step forwards and then return to our centre, still on one leg. Take a step back and then return to centre. So on these steps, take your whole body with you and lift your leg high to challenge your balance, and centre and back and centre. Great. From here, we're going to put the leg down and stretch the arm all the way up and over. We're going to replace and stretch the side body, and then we're going to bend the knees and roll the shoulders, bend the knees and roll the elbows, bend the knees and take a big stretch of the arms, and then pull, and here I'm doing a lower back curve, so I'm just going to be pulling and stretching like a big yawn. So that much, and that's the end of the exercise. Let's do that again. So it goes 8 pads on the spot with the feet, articulating them, making sure they're getting nice and warm. Then we're going to take a big ambitious step forward and centre and back and centre. Dig the arm low and send it all the way to the side and down. Take over with the other arm, and then we'll bend the shoulder, bend the knees and roll the shoulders. Bend the knees, roll the elbows, bend the knees, take a big stretch of the arms and yawn forward when you do your middle and lower back curve, and recover to go all to the other side. Let's try that with some music. Ready? Here we go, and really challenge those steps. And bend and roll. Bend. Big stretch. And pull. Other side. One more time. Step forward. Big side stretch. Let's do it again, both sides. and back. Send the arm. And bend. Nice and deep in your plie. And stretch. Other side. Step forward. And back. Big stretch. And finish. Great job. Fantastic. Hopefully you're starting to get warm now. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the body into a transfer of weight. So we're going to step the body forward and back. Step it side and back. Step it back and back to centre, and then 3 little runs on the spot like we did in our foot warm up. 1, 2, 3. Then forwards and side and back and 1, 2, 3. Again forwards and side and back. Or 1, 2, 3. Forward and side and back. Or 1, 2, 3. That is the framework of the exercise. Now feel free to add a body or an arm as you go. So we can add a body, 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 1, 2, 3, body, to the side and back, 1, 2, 3, or you can add an arm, throw an arm, throw both arms, 1, 2, 3, one arm, 2 arms, 1, 2, 3. Your choice how you want to do it. I'll put some music on and let's give it a go. Ready? Let's give it a go. And 1, 2, 3. Go as far or as small as you want. Main thing is that you stay safe. With the arm. Let's try the body. 1, 2, 3, body. Great, fantastic. Hopefully you're really getting warm now. Okay, so our last and final exercise to get us warm is a stretch. So we're going to stretch up 4 times, and then with this arm you're going to scan the whole room and go into a low lunge. You're going to thread the arms and pull yourself back onto your foot, step onto both feet, bring the arms through the centre of the body. You're going to swing forwards and then just do another little circle with the arms up and drop the arms to go other side. So that's a stretch of the side body, stretch of the side body. Feel free to take your focus up with you as you go. Then you're going to scan your horizon with your arm. Thread that finger back to transfer your weight onto that back foot. Transfer your weight back onto both feet. Lead with the arms through the centre of the body. We're going to swing forwards and up. Little circle up and drop. Okay, let's try that with some music. 5, 6, here we go. Other side. One more time. Again, last time. Use your eyes to help you balance as you go. Very nice, great job. Okay, great. So hopefully you're all warm and you've taken a water break. And now we're going to move on to our creative improvisation section. The great news is you don't need to learn any steps, there's no choreography. So hopefully that's a relief for some of you. And what we're going to do is, I have created some tools that are inspired by Alexandra's work, and I'm going to help guide you through some movement ideas. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is something called making time. This is something we did with Alexandra. This is one of my favourite things because it's really important to remember that there is no right and wrong. It's just about listening to your body and listening to what your body needs and what your body wants to do. Another really important thing to remember in this section and to carry out throughout the rest of this workshop is that everything you do has value. So everything that you choose to dance, every decision you make has value, as long as it's a choice and not a by the way action. Okay, so we're going to start standing in the space. You can choose to do this with your eyes closed or open. And just take a moment here and slowly I'm going to invite you to start just moving your hands. Very small, isolated movements to start with. It's as if you're checking the temperature of the room through your hands. You're feeling your way through the space. And whilst you're doing this, you're observing all the possibilities and all the options that you have for movement. You don't necessarily choose to act on it, but you just choose to listen to it and acknowledge that there is possibility for things to happen. And now I'm going to invite you to start amplifying these movements and making them bigger. And again, it's not about how it looks, it's about how it feels and what you need. Test out your periphery. And there may be little drops in movements that are then picked back up again. Like your body has lost a sense of gravity for a moment. And this can be done really just standing on the spot. And slowly start to think how your feet are receiving information too. So see if you can have the same amount of detailed feedback and information from your feet as you can from your hands. And you might decide at one point that you want to start moving off the spot and maybe through the space a little bit. So to do this, just lower your centre of gravity and move and decide to step. So you can start shifting through the space by lowering each time rather than rising up. And it's nice to imagine that even when you're very still, that there is still movement, there's still life. It's just expanding and growing at a very, very slow rate, but it exists. So I'm going to leave you to play with this idea of temperature, testing the temperature of the room, testing the temperature of your body, testing the temperature of the air, playing with the idea of very small movements. Like ironing out little creases in your body. Or by playing with really big movements that might help you travel through the space. And then with this idea that the centre lowering is what can move you through the space, what can expand you. And the last thing I want to add, and this last layer I want to add onto this section, is the idea that your feet are like pads that feel through the space, so they can search for spaces to go. So as you're lowering and moving through the space, your feet are giving you feedback. So let's move on to the second exercise, which I'm going to call puzzle. And this I see as problem solving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the ideas and the principles behind this, and then I'm going to stop talking and we're going to explore and discover these together. So let's start again in the space by making time, moving as we've been practicing. And again, start connecting back to the ideas that we were playing with in the first exercise. And then when you feel the time is right, you are just going to land in a position. A position of, it's not of stillness, it's a position that keeps growing. And hopefully it's quite a challenging position. And from here, you're going to ask yourself the question, where can I go from here? So where can I go? And don't settle for your first option, or your first instinct, or even your second, but maybe by your third or your fourth. So your body is just surrendering to this position, and then eventually going to find a way out of it, and then just carry on its journey of exploration. So again, it might get stuck somewhere, and you need to surrender into it and keep it moving. Also, incorporate the idea of, as much as you go right, you're going to go left. As much as you're going to be big, you're going to be small. So you're balancing out this sense of movement in your body as we're doing this, as we're playing. Always make your decisions from a place of calm. So so that we have control over what we do. So let's say we stop somewhere, don't panic, but just give into it. And then your body knows where to go. Okay, I realise I've given you a lot of information, so let's just start exploring all of these ideas and principles. Even if you just choose to play with one of these, that's totally fine. So let's start moving together. moving. Just remember you can always come back to a place of home, a place of very little. And a nice thing that I like to think about is that you can borrow movements from other people. So maybe you're dancing with other people around you, or maybe you're dancing by yourself, in which case you can borrow movements from me. But the idea that you're listening to your body and responding to your body, and then maybe you'll pick up movement from someone else and then make it your own. Thank you so much for joining me today for this exploration. I really hope you have enjoyed this. If you'd like to do more classes with us, follow us next Monday, where there will be another Kin Community adult class for you. If you would like any more information on Alexandra and her work, please check out our Facebook page and our YouTube page, where there is lots of information and interviews with Alexandra. We hope you've had a great time. Please make sure to stretch and cool down after your session. Take care, have a great day.